to the Salty Truth Podcast. I'm Lindsey K, your luxury-loving, deal-closing, reinvention queen who has literally built a career off of saying the things that only other people think. Each week, I get real about ambition, relationships, money, motherhood, and what it truly means to be a powerhouse woman balancing big dreams and real life. I get the opportunity to sit down with individuals that are truly making transformations and redefining success, raising the bar and refusing to play small. So let's get cozy, grab yourself a glass of wine, martini, whatever that fabulous drink might be, hit subscribe, and baby, let's get salty. Welcome back to another episode of the Salty Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsey K. Thorne, and man, do I have a treat for you today. We are going to be talking about 2026, baby, all of the goals that you are ready to set, and what a badass you're going to be this year and how much we're ready to accomplish together. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. I'm excited that you are here and I hope that you are ready to join the salty gang. If this resonates with you, please share it with somebody. And if you have any questions or you would like me to go further in depth with you, I'm available. You are welcome to DM me, email me, reach out. I want to hear from you. Also, at the end of the episode, I do have something special for you. It is the salty truth, baby. I have gotten some amazing submissions, individuals writing in of their salty truth and sharing with me what those are. So I'm going to be reading those to you later, but first of all, we are going to chat about 2026 and what we learned in 2025. If 2025 taught us anything, it was saying goodbye to the old version of ourselves and moving on to bigger and better things like what we're going to accomplish in 2026. So today we're not talking about resolutions. What we are talking about is foundation and identity. So in talking about salty, when I'm saying it's the standard, salty baby is going to be your new salty top 5. Your salty top 5 goals that you are going to kill this year and end this year feeling on top and accomplishing 5 of the most important things you can think of this year. But there is a breakdown to this. So let's start with S. S is strengthening your mindset. Strengthening your mindset is all about increasing your confidence because what do I always say? Confidence is your freaking currency. And that is something that you are going to pour into this year. And I know it's something that I'm going to pour into this year because it's important. Stop the negotiating with your confidence. Stop listening to that inner critic. And most importantly, stop waiting to feel ready. The salty truth in the segment of strengthening your mindset is understanding and knowing that nobody is going to pour into that confidence for you. Nobody is going to come save you from wanting to accomplish something if you fall down and you need to pick yourself up. It is about pouring into yourself, caring enough about you that you want this at the end of the day. So are you ready to go with me? Set that goal to strengthen your mindset and kick some serious ass in 2026. Let's go. So what I want you to do is think about your top priority in this arena of strengthening your mindset. What is that goal? State it now. That's one of your top 5 focuses for the year. Moving on to your second goal for 2026. You're going to use A, which is act with purpose. Nothing is sexy about burnout. Nothing is wonderful about kicking your own self down to please other people. Acting with purpose at the end of the day means that you're able to say no without guilt. You're choosing progress over perfection and moving when even clarity hasn't arrived. So think about those specific things and maybe where you need to be intentional of acting with purpose for 2026. Moving on to L, which is going to be the third goal of our Salty 5. L is love deeply. Now, this is a serious one because this is really going to embody a lot of what you're able to accomplish in 2026. Because if there's anything that I know is that my relationships, the love I pour into my family, my friends, the love I pour into myself, my health, those are all highly important things that actually can dictate how my year is going to go, how my month is going to go. Because if I'm not handling and embodying those things, nothing else is important to me. Those are my top priorities. What I want you to think about this one is what really sits with you, what really takes you home at the end of the day that you feel happy, confident, and you're pouring in to some of those things, whether it's a relationship, family, yourself, your health. What is going to be most important for you this year that really sets the tone for you to have a successful year? Sometimes you have to think about yourself in this one too, and we're going to get there towards the why, but I want you to really think about this because I know for me, when I am executing on my goals for my health, wellness, and the true love for my own body, I do better in my relationships. If I feel good and I'm pouring in and I'm healthy, I'm working out, I'm eating right, all of those things, I know I execute better when that, whether that's marriage, children, family, friends, that is something that is highly important to me. So take this one very seriously. Think about your top priority. What is that number one goal for 2026 that you want to kill this year that is really going to encompass you being successful for the entire segment of the year? All right, salties, moving on to the salty number 4 top goal of the year. We are now at T, and we are going to talk about taking bold risks, because if there is anything salties are damn good at, it is turning someday into hell yes today and taking a bold risk. So what does that look like? So I think when we're talking about taking a bold risk, it doesn't necessarily need to be something absolutely fucking insane, okay? Keep it simple, keep it stupid. If you have something that you have been shelving or something that seems like a great idea and you keep thinking about it, it keeps coming back to you, then I want you to take the steps to do it because you don't know if that's going to work out or not. It could be scary, it could be new, but if you're really embodying 2026 and taking that movement from turning someday into hell yes today, this is what you're going to work on right here. You're going to decide what is it that's taking a bold risk, that is something that you've been wanting to do, that is going to pour into your confidence. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying that if you take the risk, it's going to deposit that confidence into your own personal account, and you're going to be able to move that forward throughout the year and utilize that in your goals. So is there a risk that you've been wanting to take? Is there something bold you've been wanting to do? Even if it's a trip that you've been putting off, you could really think about anything. This is for you. So this is what is going to pour into you and make you feel accomplished for the year. So I want you to pick that number one thing, and this is going to be one of the goals in your top salties. We are now at why. So the why in salty. The why, baby, is all about you. You coming home to who you are and who you know you can be. This is another extremely important one. I want you to really think about the foundation of who you are, what it is that is most important to you, yourself, I want you to place that goal, highlight it, whatever it is, because this is going to also encompass how the year of 2026 goes for you. If you need to work on this area, do it this year because you need to know who you are. You need to know your values, your strengths, your goals. What is the most important thing to you? And that is going to help in all of your goal setting. That's going to increase your strength, your confidence, and belief system of what you can accomplish. So sit on this one for a minute. This one you should really have to think about. So we went through These are our Salty Fives. Salty Five goals for 2026. Okay, so now we've talked about the Salty Five, our top Salty Five of the year. I'm going to tell you how I like to do this for myself. It's simple for me, and it's something that I use in business all the time. So I've really just adapted it into my personal goals as well. I like to take the Salty Five, and that's my 5 top focus goals for the year. Then what I like to do is to break each of those goals down by quarter. So Q1, January, February, March, moving on Q2, Q3, and Q4. Now what I do is I place goals that I want to accomplish in each one of my top 5s for a quarter. And then I take it a step further and I put what I want to accomplish each month in that quarter towards that goal. This breaks it down for me to be simple, easy to follow. I have weekly goals that I'm working towards for the month and keeps me on track. Who is your accountability partner? If you don't have one, find one. If you need one, baby, I got you. You're in the Salty gang now. So I'm here and I can help you with that. Because sometimes we need accountability and sometimes we need someone to call us out on our shit. So find that accountability partner, set your goals, do it together. And if you need anything, shoot me a DM, email me. You can get in touch with me. I will help coach you through it, baby. The Salty Top 5, we are turning 2026 from someday into hell yes, baby, today. Hey, I'm going to pause here for a moment. This episode is brought to you by myself, Lindsey Thorne with Coldwell Banker. I am your connection to Utah's luxury lifestyle. Whether you are looking for a modern architectural masterpiece in Salt Lake City or those sweeping valley views in Park City, a mountain retreat, maybe you want to ski in and ski out, I have helped plenty of clients find homes that feel like a reflection of their ambition and taste. From skyline penthouses and foothill estates to ski in, ski out, my focus is high-end service, refined design, and a personalized experience to make every transaction feel effortless. Because in Utah, luxury isn't about flash, it's about freedom, space, quality, and that lifestyle that comes with it. Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in the Wasatch most exclusive properties? Connect with me, DM me, or you can email me, and that link will be here. Thanks so much. Now moving on to the salty part of the episode. Ooh, do I have some salt for you today? I have gotten in so many submissions of individual salty truths, and I cannot wait to share them with you. This salty gang, you guys are getting in it. I love it. Keep them coming. As I'm reading the salty truths for January, think about what you want to send in. All right? Challenge. What is your salty truth? Get it into me. Get it on the episode because I can't wait to hear it. Salty truth number 1. This is a individual age 26 from Austin, Texas. My salty truth is realizing I chased the version of success my parents wanted, not the one I wanted. I'm starting over at age 26 and it's terrifying, but staying where I was scared me more. I feel like this hits home for so many people, and I don't think it's weird. I think it's a natural progression of growing up and becoming who we are, because I feel like we spend a lot of our lives understanding our parents' vision, our parents' dreams, and sometimes breaking away to understand who we are and what it is that we're wanting to accomplish or work towards can be scary because we're so used to having that support system, which you can still have that support system, but it is scary to really jump into something different or break a version of what other people think that you are and or what you should be doing, or even maybe like what you're studying in college at that age, whatever it might be. I think it is nerve-wracking, but girl, you fucking go, because it is scary. And I'm proud of you for taking that step. Next salty truth. This is out of Phoenix, Arizona, age 34. I look successful on paper, but I was emotionally exhausted trying to be low maintenance for everyone else. 2026 is the year I stop shrinking and start asking for what I actually need. Hell yeah, baby, you go. I think just even understanding that is a big piece. I mean, that in itself is a huge success because you don't need to shrink for anybody and you should feel comfortable and confident with who you are. So I say hell yeah to you, Miss Phoenix, Arizona. Keep it going. All right, next salty truth. Age 41 out of Chicago. My salty truth is that healing didn't come from fixing my marriage. It came from fixing how I talk to myself. Once I did that, everything else followed. I love that, honestly, because it's so true. How we talk to ourselves and the tape recorder that we have for who we are is really going to dictate the outcome. So I am so glad that you shared this because it is so important. And I think it's important for so many individuals to understand that the way you treat yourself, talk to yourself, and understand who you are is the most success you can ever have. All right, salty truth number 4, age 29 out of Nashville, Tennessee. Side note, I watched the New Year's Eve Nashville party, and whoever you are from Nashville, I decided I'm going to Nashville for New Year's next year because it looked so fun. And I'm doing it. That's on my goal list. All right. Anyway, back to the salty truth. In Nashville, I stayed too long in a job that paid well but drained me. I thought leaving meant failure. Now I know staying would have been. This is such an important one, and I think it's important because it hits home for me. I actually had this for myself in my corporate life, working in corporate. It paid well, but it wasn't doing me any favors either. In fact, my health and everything was draining. I think it's scary. I think it's scary to take those steps. I feel like you're feeling like you're letting other people down or you're not strong enough to do it, but it is something important to understand. And if you don't take the risk, and earlier when I was talking about taking bold risks, if you don't take the risk, you don't know. And so I'm so proud that you actually took the risk and changed that, because now you understand that the failure is actually in letting yourself down, not moving on. So good job, Tennessee. Next salty truth. This is the 5th salty truth. This person is age 45 from San Diego, California. I spent my 30s building everyone else's dream. In my 40s, I finally decided to build my own. And I don't apologize for it anymore. Hell yeah, girl. I don't even know if you're a girl. I'm just guessing you are. But hell yeah, San Diego. That is such a big piece in life to learn. And I just think you're badass for deciding that you don't need to apologize for shit. You get to be who you are. You get to make the moves that you want. And if this resonates with anybody, do it today. Fuck it. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be and don't apologize for it. So good job, San Diego. All right, next salty truth. 37 out of New Jersey. My salty truth is that confidence didn't come from weight loss, promotion, or praise. It came when I stopped abandoning myself to keep the peace. Oh, see? Again, it all comes back to you. I love it, New Jersey. Again, it's taking care of who you are, being who you want, and making yourself a priority, because that's what's going to make you happy. And I'm guessing your relationships and everything got better after this too. So hell yeah, New Jersey. Next salty truth. This person is 28 out of Scottsdale, Arizona. My salty truth is that turning 28 meant I'd have my life together. Instead, I have a skincare routine, anxiety, and a deep emotional attachment to my bed. That's hilarious. That's so cute. I think this goes into feeling like we have to be a certain way by a certain time. Actually, for Scottsdale, Arizona, if you go back, there is an episode, I don't know which episode number it is, but my daughter's actually on the episode with me. And she's talking about some of these things and how Anxiousness can arrive because we think we need to have certain things or check certain boxes at certain ages. And I think it's important to know that there's really not a specific way. It's your way, the way that makes you happy, and the way that's going to fuel your success and confidence. And at the end of the day, sometimes we just need an emotional day and we need to keep our ass in bed and relax. I would be lying if I said that there are days that I don't do that, because sometimes I need it. I need to regroup. So it's the reality. So hell yeah, Scottsdale. That was hilarious. I loved it. All right, next salty truth. 35 out of Columbus. I used to judge people who went to bed at 9 a.m. Now I protect my sleep like it's a luxury asset and will cancel plans without hesitation. Yes, I love this. You want to know why? Because this goes into understanding and being able to tell people no. No, I don't want to go out. No, I don't want to do that tonight. Or no, I don't want to go to that meeting, or whatever it might be. But this is protecting your time. And if there is anything I have learned as I've gotten older, is sleep is the most important thing that I need. If I do not get my rest and I do not feel like rejuvenated and taking care of my skin with my skincare routine, then I just don't do well the next day. So I think it's smart. So good job, Columbus. All right, next salty truth. 42 out of Seattle, Washington. Ooh, I love myself some Seattle. I actually spent a lot of time in Seattle growing up, so I'm a huge Seahawks fan, and they're doing really well. So hell yeah, Seattle. My salty truth is realizing that being the strong one was just code for never asking for help. 2026 is the year I stop carrying everything alone. Boom, mic drop. Okay, seriously, that is so important. When you need help, ask for it. If you need someone to support you, ask for it. Do you know how many moms I know that feel like they need to be doing everything 100% of the time perfect without asking for help because it makes you feel like you can't do it, you can't accomplish it, or maybe you feel a little bit weak. But that is so important. When you need help, don't feel like you can't ask for it or that you're not worth it. It is out there. Utilize it. So hell yeah, Seattle, you got it. I love it. The next salty truth. This individual is 31 out of Denver, Colorado. My salty truth is that starting a business didn't make me feel powerful at first. It made me Google things like, can I fire myself? And is crying a business expense? But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Thanks for your honesty, Denver, because I know I felt that way too. When you're starting your own business, like it is literally exhausting and it is scary shit. Like you don't know what's coming. And sometimes you don't know when your next paycheck is coming. And I love that you ask, can I fire myself? Because there is nothing that you learn more about yourself when you actually own the business, because you get to see your own weaknesses, your own strengths, and sometimes it's really hard. But I love your honesty here because it really is a hard thing. And it is a moment that really will make or break you. But I love that you said, I wouldn't trade it for anything because it's yours and you built it and it's probably amazing. So hell yeah, Denver. All right, next one up here. 38 out of Tampa, Florida. I thought owning a business would give me freedom. The salty truth is it gave me responsibility first and confidence later. 2026 is the year I stopped playing small inside the thing I built. Ooh, damn, I like that. Okay, this is good. Damn, Tampa, you killed it. Okay, first of all, I love that this person said it first gave me responsibility and confidence later, because that is what builds your confidence. It's not going to come right away. Like being a badass and taking that risk and pouring into it and learning so much about yourself and that you can accomplish something, that is exactly how we build our confidence. So badass, good on you. And hold on, I'm going to say this again because I think this is just salty and amazing. 2026 is the year I stop playing small inside the thing I built. This is a good point because sometimes we take bold risks and we're doing things that have made us confident, and maybe it's our own business, but there might be setbacks and we may not pull out all of that confidence all of the time. So I love that statement of we can play small even if it's something we built ourselves. So I love that you acknowledge that and that you're going to bring that forward. And that is something I'm going to keep in my back pocket because I know there's going to be times. There's times where you feel like you're just failing, unsure, or that you need to kind of go off others' opinions or thoughts. So I think that's badass. Hell yeah, Tampa. Next salty truth. 27 out of California. Everyone sees a highlight reel. My salty truth is I started my business scared, underfunded, and unsure, but I started it anyway. That decision changed everything for me and my life. Hell yeah, way to take a bold risk and way to kick some ass at it. And I think that's like sometimes what's so cool is you get to hear these stories where, like that person just said, unfunded. Started my business, unfunded. You don't know what's going to happen, but if you work really freaking hard and you pour your heart and soul into it, it will pay off at some point. So hell yeah, California. All right, next salty truth. 44 out of Boise, Idaho. I haven't been to Boise in a long time. In fact, one of the last times I was there, I didn't realize y'all had wineries in Boise. So if you get the chance and go to Boise, which is beautiful, the winery, it's fun. Check it out. Boise, Idaho. My salty truth is realizing my business doesn't need to grow at the expense of my health anymore. In 2026, success includes rest, and I'm done apologizing for that. Way to be a badass. I love that. Yes, there are things we want to accomplish, and yes, there are things that are important to us. But again, it goes back to you. You have to take care of you and be the best version that you can be. And running yourself to the fucking ground does not help that. I had to learn that. And it was a really hard lesson to learn because sometimes I fill my cup by thinking I can do anything and everything. And sometimes that anything and everything slows me down because I'm not getting the love and rest that I need for myself. Especially aging with that, I've noticed now being in my 40s, if I run myself to the ground, like it affects literally everything from my hormones to sleep to working out, weight gain, all of that stuff. So if there is anything that I can agree more with here is yes, take care of your damn self and rest and don't give a shit what anybody else thinks because you need to take care of you first. All right, last salty truth. 33 from Utah. Ooh, my hometown, baby. My salty truth is that I moved here for the lifestyle and stayed for the mountains. But I'm done pretending I'm not ambitious. I can hike, run a business, and want more at all the same time. Ooh, I like that. You can do anything you want. You can do anything that you want to accomplish. I think that's amazing. And yes, the lifestyle and mountains here, they are amazing. I think where this person is coming from is you can be ambitious. And this is where I always say, don't let your zip code define the outcome or who you are or what you're going to do. Your zip code is your playground. I don't care about social norms. I don't care about expectations. This is for you to seriously grab the bull by the horns and do whatever the fuck you want, no matter who you are, where you live, what your gender is. I don't really care. Just make it happen. Take the risk. Be a badass. And do what you want to do. Okay, so those were some amazing salty truths. And honestly, thank you to everybody that sent those in. I do have more. So if you didn't hear yours, they are coming with the amount that is coming in. I may have to do it more than once a month. So we may have to be dropping this type of episode bi-weekly because y'all are pouring in so much, which I am so thankful for. I love that I am receiving these. So make sure you send them in. And if yours wasn't read, it's coming. If this episode has stirred anything up in you, it is not a coincidence. It is recognition that you are ready to turn someday into hell yes today. As we wrap up this episode, I really hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, like I said earlier, please reach out. Please DM me. You can email me. Whatever you have, I want to hear it. Also, your salty truth, baby. If you have a salty truth, everyone needs to hear it. Everybody goes through these moments and everyone needs support. Sometimes hearing that other people might have the same salty truth, it helps us. It grounds us because we know we're not alone. And that's all what this is. So if you have a salty truth, you can DM me, you can email me, send it in. It will be kept confidential. I don't say names. Like you heard earlier, I share age and what state or city you're in. So please send those in, and I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if this is ringing to you, please like, subscribe, comment, all of those good things. And if you know somebody that might benefit from this podcast, please share it and tell them to join the Salty Gang. Love you all, and I will see you next time.